Hey there and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a couple of mistakes that if you are new to using straps, to using lifting straps like these here, you might be making. So probably should have made this video a long time ago. We've got a couple of videos on how to use straps and how to make straps, but these are some fairly common mistakes. Once you've solved them, you'll never make them again, but it's worth covering real quickly. So number one, I've got two different styles of straps here. This is my favorite kind, the kind that we make made out of climbing webbing. And you can make them real cheap and they're super durable. These are not my favorite, first of all, because they're made out of cloth. They'll work until they don't, so I don't generally recommend cloth ones, but for a while they'll work. So we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole, so to speak. Number one, you wear it down on the hand. You don't, so it's worn down on the hand, no matter what style strap you're using. You do not wear it up on the wrist or up on the arm up here. So sometimes people will call these wrist straps, but that's a little bit misleading. It's gonna hang down here on the hand. So don't put it up on your wrist. That's gonna cause some problems. Make sure that it's down on the hand. Number two, when you're using the strap, when you're wrapping it around the bar, you wanna wrap toward the thumb. In other words, you wanna wrap towards the middle of the bar. So if I'm wrapping here, I gotta bring the strap this way. I'm not gonna, pardon the strap getting in the way, I'm not gonna take it the other way. I'm not gonna take it out towards the plate. Instead, the edge of the strap is gonna come in towards the middle of the bar here, okay? So it's gotta go towards your thumb. Which brings us to number three. If you're using this style of strap, you've got to make sure that this lays across your hand so that it's pointing towards your thumb, so that when you flip your hand over, that this is pointing towards the middle of the bar, because remember, that's where you're going to wrap it. So the way I've got it set up right now, it's designed for my left hand. If I accidentally had this one on my right hand, I would need to change how it's set up, because you can see right now, it is pointing towards my pinky, which means when I put it on the bar over here, it's gonna point away from my thumb. So I'd have to take this thing apart and reassemble it the other way, which only takes a couple seconds, but yet another reason why I'm not huge fans of these. Okay, so number four, I think. Wrap it around the bar once. This has got a lot of excess material, this one doesn't, so it's pretty hard to wrap this one multiple times, but you only need to wrap it around the bar once. Here's what I mean. So I'm gonna take this strap, wrap it around the bar once, and now it's pinned into place. This doesn't have really any extra material anyway. I couldn't go around twice if I wanted to, but that's fine because wrapping it around again doesn't really do me any good. This one has a lot of excess material, so if I cinch it up here a little bit, it'll cinch up with some weight on it too. Wrap it around once, and I'm good to go. I don't need to wrap this excess part of the strap around over and over again. It's unnecessary. It won't do you any more good. All right, and number five, we're gonna get rid of this guy. This is a real important one. It needs to go. This is gonna seem obvious if you've ever done it correctly, but for those of you who haven't, it's not real obvious. The strap needs to go behind the bar. Your hand goes in front of the bar, but the strap goes behind the bar. If you wrap the strap in front of the bar, in other words, if you put your strap and your hand on the same side of the bar and you try to wrap it up, it doesn't do you any good. In fact, it makes it pretty darn terrible. It's just gonna wanna roll right out of your hand. In fact, it really just makes the bar effectively thicker because you've just added something around the bar. That does not do you any good, and in fact, it makes your grip worse. But if you wrap it behind the bar, it makes your grip significantly better. So it's gotta come behind the bar. And this is why, if we're gonna nerd out for a second, this is why straps work so well. You may have thought straps work really well because you're strapping yourself to the bar. It's kind of sort of true. It really works because when you use straps, you are getting the equivalent of a hook, not a hook grip, a switch grip or a mixed grip or an alternative grip where you have one hand pronated and one hand supinated. You're getting that in one hand because in a mixed grip, you've got one hand in front of the bar and one hand behind the bar. So if it rolls out of this hand, it's kind of rolling into this hand and vice versa. We have the same thing going on with a strap, but we have it all happening in one hand. So if the bar wants to roll out of my hand, it's rolling up into the strap, which is why the bar does not move. It's why straps are so effective for hanging on to heavy weights. And that's just in one hand, and we've got another hand over here. So it's like you're a four-handed alternative gripping, mixed gripping crazy. Four-handed alternative gripping, mixed gripping crazy. Four-handed alternative gripping, mixed gripping crazy fool. That's why straps work so well. So anyway, it's hot. I'm done with this video. We hope this helps you get stronger and live better.